Hey folks, welcome back to Pop Retro. Pop Retro 1 on Twitter and Instagram, or is that X now and Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/popretro1. So, is physical media dead? How many times have you heard that hot take or read that headline? Physical media is dead. And I saw this earlier in the day in a group, a Facebook group that I'm in, where somebody mentioned did another video about physical media being dead, and it comes up all the time, and frankly, I'm jealous. I am jealous that so many YouTube channels have been able to nab some subs and get some traffic from this hot take. So I thought I would just go ahead and throw my beanie into the ring and at least just say a few words about it, since I am a physical media collector, if you will. First of all, I mean, God, we're in the age of hot takes, but we're in the age of journalism, right? I mean, you're watching this channel because you're interested in either what I have to say or the subject matter that I'm talking about. And so YouTube journalism is a completely different animal compared to old school, good, professional journalism. I mean, the good journalism, the good, well-researched journalism that you could actually trust. And so, I mean, I have a relationship with a couple of physical media labels, but not really. And by relationship, I mean, there's a couple of labels that every once in a while they send me something to review, but I don't really interact with them. I don't talk to them. I haven't met them. I don't know the inner workings, or I'm not privy to their numbers or their fears and desires and worries of these labels and what is going on in the marketplace. But there are some YouTube channels and some blogs out there that are really plugged in really well. And you're better off to listen to those people when it comes to this stuff, if you're really worried about it, that is, of course. I mean, in other words, don't listen to me about is physical media dead. Listen, and don't listen to 95% of the YouTube channels out there. Try to dig in and go to the source. And otherwise, it's all just hot takes and opinions, and that's cool. And it's sometimes fun to listen to, but you have to take it for what it is. It really is just hot takes and opinions. And so a lot of people, I think, watch YouTube, pull up a YouTube video after a search, watch it, and they may not get the right, proper information that they're looking for. In fact, they may get completely wrong information. So just understand that you're watching generally opinions. There is no bar for entry when it comes to YouTube. You can start a YouTube channel. I can start a YouTube channel. Anybody can start a YouTube channel and say whatever they want. And in fact, the more entertaining you are, the more your channel grows. And that doesn't mean that you're actually doing real hard journalistic investigative work in figuring stuff out. So is physical media dead? Do you think physical media is dead? I don't know. I mean, obviously, it slowed down over the years and continues to slow because it's not how people consume their media anymore. In general, the general populace is now getting everything digitally. But I mean, look at vinegar syndrome. I mean, you have this world. The vinegar syndrome extended universe has grown over the years, and it's huge now. They have added so many sub-labels and offshoot labels and partner labels, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And they opened up in 2013, which, to me, I think 2013 may have been like a time to say, maybe this is not a good time to be starting a boutique physical media label, because, man, this stuff is going out of fashion really fast. And in fact, I think it was in 2013 or maybe 2012 or 2013 that Netflix aired its first Netflix original series. And so, I mean, this was like right around the time where we were about to explode with new content being delivered on streaming services and not having to rely on broadcast networks for your TV series or physical media to get it in a box set. You just watch it on Netflix or whatever, Amazon Prime or whatever. And now that's just exploded, of course, over the last 10 years. But Vinegar Syndrome has also exploded. I think they are, I mean, if you look at their output, it's just amazing. It's impressive. And more people find them every day and become fans of their output, or at least of something that they're releasing. And how about Kino Lorber? Kino Lorber and their Studio Classics line. How many Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4K UHDs is Kino Lorber releasing every single month? The stack is just huge, huge. They are releasing so much content on physical media for people to buy, for people to collect, for people to check out on, what is probably the highest quality they'll ever see, that movie or TV series on disc ever. And they're being released, and they're being released more and more and more in these numbers. Now, some people even at the labels will say, yeah, it's dying. Physical media is dying. But really what they mean is it's just shorthand for it's slowing down. It's slowing down because of the market forces that are veering physical media into more of a collector's sphere, a boutique sphere, a place where people who like to collect, say, vinyl records went when vinyl records ended, And as we know, vinyl records never actually completely ended. And in fact, they've come back in recent years to, I believe they outsold compact discs, CDs, over the last couple of years. Vinyl records have. And so with these boutique Blu-ray labels, for instance, there are new ones popping up all the time now. You didn't see this 5 years ago, but in the last, say, 2 years probably, maybe 3 years, tons and tons of new boutique Blu-ray physical media labels have popped up. They just pop up like weeds, just growing. Now, will they still be here in 5 years? I don't know. But they're here now, and they're releasing stuff that's often never been released on a disc format. And so they are really scouring for some obscure stuff. So that's pretty cool. So does that mean physical media is dead? Obviously not. It's not dead when you look at it in those terms. Now, the vinyl album comparison, it's not a perfect analogy, but it's close. It's close, but it's not a perfect analogy. People don't want to pull out a record to listen to their favorite music. And when I say people, I mean not you watching this channel or watching this video. And generally, I mean regular, normal people, not people like us. They don't want to have to pull out their album, nor do they want to pull out a CD to listen to their favorite music. No, they want to pull out their phone and pull up their Spotify account and listen to their favorite songs that they have saved in there. It's convenient, it's easy, and they don't have to mess with anything. And they would never go back to that cumbersome era where you had to actually put a record on the record player or put a CD in the CD player. Ugh. Not to mention the price, which has really screwed music creators over the past several years, where, I could buy one CD of music for $18.99 at Sam Goody and have 14 songs by one artist, or I could pay $9.99. Now it's going to get bumped up to $10.99, but $10.99 a month for my Spotify account and have millions and millions of songs by any artist, almost any song you've ever really wanted to have, for just $10.99 a month. So you tell me what a regular, normal consumer is going to choose. And of course, that has meant, less profits for the people who create music and the artists and stuff. But that's where we're at, And so, again, the vinyl comparison, not perfect one-to-one, but it is close. It reminds me of growing up with TV, in the old school TV era where you had to get up to turn oh God, I got to get up and turn it to ABC from CBS because the 9 o'clock show I want to watch. Then you turn the channel, you get up, you walk, you sit back down on the couch, and it's not loud enough on ABC. I got to get back up, go over to the TV and turn it up, and then go sit down. You finally got a remote control. Oh, remote control, this is great. Now you can sit at your couch and never have to get up. You can even turn it off and fall asleep on the couch if you want to. And so that convenience is what has really sold. Convenience sells. That's what people are buying. How easy is it to just have any song you ever wanted to listen to right on your phone without you having to really do anything? You don't have to find it. You don't have to search for it in a crate. You don't have to buy a CD. You don't have to go to a record store to buy it. It's right there. And so, the slight difference in the analogy is that old records were still superior sound quality, whereas old movie media, VHS and DVDs are nowhere near the quality of what we get generally with Blu-ray and 4K UHD. And so we've had some significant upgrades in the media that we consume as far as movies and TV, visual media goes. And so that's kind of the difference. And so I guess the accurate take is not physical media is dead. It's more like physical media is no longer mainstream. That's really the accurate take, right? Physical media is no longer mainstream, because that's the truth. And the problem is, it's not sexy to say that. It's not aggressive, and it won't get you clicks and subscriptions when you constantly trot out that headline. Physical media is dead. Physical media has died. Physical media is dying. And so the more nuanced take with anything that you see in media today just doesn't get nearly the impressions that you'll see on a more aggressive and, sexier headline take. So, I don't know, my family and friends, none of them watch movies or listen to music using a physical item. None of them watch a DVD. If I didn't have friends online, I'd have no friends who have physical media. Because I think of my brothers and my sisters, my parents, none of them have a DVD player anymore or a Blu-ray player. I don't think they ever had a Blu-ray player. And they don't listen to CDs. They don't have, I inherited all the old records that my parents had. So nobody consumes media like that anymore. And by nobody, I'm of course speaking in generalities, because obviously there are people out there like me and you who do consume physical media because we like it that way, and we like to collect, or we like that we can have it at our fingertips. We like the special features. We like the increase in quality. There's a lot of different reasons. We like maybe the marketing of the poster art that you see on the packaging. There's a lot of reasons why we still like this stuff. But generally, entertainment media is it's throwaway. It's created to be thrown away and forgotten about. And the suits who run the companies that they give you entertainment and media, that's generally how they feel about it. I think they'll never say that, but that's what it is. It's not meant for you to have it forever. And when they find out that something old is actually popular, they'll try to find a way to package it so that it's hard for you to get, or if not hard, it costs money for you to get. In other words, they're not going to just give you Seinfeld for free just because it's over 2 decades since it's went off the air. No, we're going to make some money off of this. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that, the sitcom that didn't make it in 1999, that only aired for 8 episodes, you can't find it anywhere unless somebody's released it on physical media, or you find some bad YouTube rip, and that's, whack-a-mole. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And so that history is gone forever in a lot of cases. My family, sometimes every once in a while something won't be streaming. So, it's like, hey, Jason, that's me. Do you have Phantasm 2? I can't find it anywhere. I sure do. Here's my Blu-ray. Of course, if I want to go over and watch it, say with my brother, I have to bring the Blu-ray player too with me because they don't have a Blu-ray player to play it on. So those are kind of cool moments, occasionally, very rare, but occasionally. Because also, most normal people, they're not watching old stuff. They're watching what's the newest thing? What's the newest thing? Oh, well, how about we watch this? I already seen it. Well, is there any movie or show that you want to watch again that's from the past? And most people have some favorites they'll go back to, but it's not like, people like us who just really like to dive into old movies, whether we've seen them or not, because we like that history. And so, that's why we collect. That's why we hold on to some of the stuff, a lot of this stuff. In fact, if you can see it behind me, there's right there, that's Spider-Man, the late 70s live action TV show. It's a VHS cassette of Spider-Man because it's never been released on disc. And as far as I know, it's not streaming anywhere. If it is, please tell me. Because I do use some streaming. I have Amazon Prime, I have a Spotify account, and they're a godsend when I'm on a trip, when I'm away from home, because I don't want to haul around physical media with me. So there's definitely a place, even for people like me, to have it. But yeah, like Spider-Man with Nicholas Hammond, I guess I'm holding on to this VHS because there's no other better way to watch it. Maybe they're on YouTube. They probably are. I haven't really looked. But that's the thing. That's how rare some physical media of certain items such as that can be. So I've chosen to hold on to it because every once in a while I want to pop it in and give it a watch. So I don't know. It's just my opinion. I'm just a fan who happens to still enjoy and collect physical media. You should not believe a word I say. And by that, I mean, don't believe any YouTubers who are just throwing out hot takes. Seek out professionals in the field if you can. Seek out articles, because that's a problem. People don't like to read. They want to have watch a 3-minute YouTube video and fast forward to the part they want to hear. A lot of people do. And so we're really in a fast food environment when it comes to media and information. People don't want to get into the nuance. They just want to say physical media is dead. Oh, okay, I guess it's dead then. Well, actually, it's not mainstream anymore. It's more of a boutique industry. And that's the thing too. That's why it's surviving today and why it will continue to survive, just like vinyl records continue to survive, because industries do not need to be mainstream to survive. And what do I mean by that? It just means you just need to have enough interest in your product, in your industry, to make money. If you continue to make money in your industry, enough money to make it worthwhile, then your industry survives, even if it's gone from mainstream to underground or slightly underground or just non-mainstream, however you want to describe physical media at this point. It's just not mainstream, but it's not out of business. It's not dead. It's just a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that collect. I mean, when I go on Amazon and look for a movie on Blu-ray that I don't have, sometimes they put underneath it, have sold 300 plus in the last month. And I'm like, well, geez, I haven't thought of this movie in 25 years. And there are people out there buying it. So it must be worthwhile to still sell it in a physical format, even if it's not worth it to, say, a Disney or a Warner Bros., or whatever, the big corporations. It's just such piddly peanuts to them, the sales of physical media. But as long as you have companies that are small companies, boutique Blu-ray companies, boutique physical media companies, you can still sell this stuff. Because again, industries don't need to be mainstream to survive, to be successful. You don't need to be universal. You just need to be Kino Lorber or Vinegar Syndrome or Culture Shock Releasing or Mill Creek Ent, and which I realize is owned by a bigger company. But you get what I'm saying. So again, seek out the channels or blogs, see what that know what they're talking about, and see what they say about the health of the physical media industry. And, don't be afraid to dig into it and find out more. Everything else is just for clicks. And with that, I thank you for clicking.